Hey guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over an article titled Woman Returns $3,000 Engagement Ring Because It's Too Cheap. And a big shout out to Wade for sending me the article over the weekend. And guys, this article, as it is right there, is about a guy who gets his girlfriend the engagement ring, thinks everything's cool, and lo and behold, she wants to return it because it's too cheap in her opinion. And it's unbelievable here. I mean, the nerve. And you're going to find out in the story that the guy obviously has reasons that he has to obviously be very careful with his money. He's been supporting people in his family because they've been out of work because of COVID and things like that. And she throws a hissy fit over this. And not only does she throw a hissy fit, so does her family. It's unbelievable here. So I'm going to go through this, guys, and just going to show you this is the type of crap that you can deal with in this world. This is the type of entitlement that's out there. It's unbelievable. I mean, unless this woman is a 10 and she is just like unbelievable in the sack and great body and cool and all that, who does she think she is? She should be feeling pretty good this guy actually wants to marry her ass. So it starts off. She reportedly wants a ring that costs 10% of her partner's salary. It seems the rules on how much to spend on an engagement ring aren't dead yet, at least to some. A woman reportedly returned her engagement ring to her partner because it didn't cost 10% of his salary. The ring, which is made of white gold with diamonds and sapphire, cost the man about $3,000. However, he allegedly makes enough that if he followed the 10% rule, which says he should spend 1/10 of his salary on an engagement ring, he should have spent between $10,000 to $15,000 on a damn ring. And who the hell says that you got to spend 10% of your salary on the ring? What's with this 10%? Did they borrow this from the Bible about the whole donating 10% of your money to the church? You know, the tithing, is that where they got this 10% number from? You gotta be fucking kidding me. She's lucky that he proposed at all. The man posted about his dilemma on Reddit, Am I the A-hole forum, asking if he had done the wrong thing by spending only $3,000 in the engagement ring for his fiancée. The fact that this guy actually has to wonder if he did the wrong thing, that says a lot about the guy, okay? Come on here. In the post, he explained that while he does make a sizable salary, this year has been somewhat challenging because he's been financially supporting his parents, sister, and nephew who all had COVID-19. He is also supporting his sister who lost her job. So this sounds like a pretty damn good guy. Supporting the family, the parents, the nephew, the sister, because they got COVID and they couldn't work, and then his sister lost her job. This sounds like the type of guy that any woman should be lining up to marry. Not someone you would give a hard time and toss the ring back because, God forbid, he didn't spend as much money as she felt that she was entitled to. You know, okay, Your Majesty. To make matters worse, he said his job announced that 150 people will be laid off next year. So he wanted to be smart about his spending, though he doesn't think he'll be laid off. Again, another type of guy that you want to be married to, a guy that's going to be very sensible with money, and that way you're always going to be okay. This guy realized, hey, there's a possibility I may be laid off, so it probably isn't the smartest thing to go spend all this money on a stupid-ass ring when I could be laid off and need that money for real important things like food and rent and insurance and things like that. But nope. Even though the ring he bought was only $3,000, it was designed the way his partner wanted, the man said. He even had the sapphire custom cut into a pear shape as she preferred. Initially, she was very happy with it until her mother, a jeweler, called it cheap, the man wrote. She has since given it back to me and accused me of undervaluing her and what she does for me. What does she do for him? You know, a good woman that really loved a guy, she's not going to care about that crap, okay? Trust me, okay? I know a girl that recently, it's kind of a situation like this, but a little backwards, or about a year or so ago, she lives in Boston with her boyfriend, and as many of you know, Boston is a very, very expensive city to live in, okay? Rents are through the roof, it's crazy, even still after COVID has been happening. And basically her boyfriend, he proposed to her, but he gave her a ring that wasn't obviously top dollar. And she was just so happy because obviously she loves the guy and wants to be with him. But he didn't want her to go around wearing it and showing it to people. He was insecure about that. He didn't think it was, he felt embarrassed because he's still in school. And so he couldn't get her what he felt that he wanted to get her. And so he felt like less of a man. But she didn't give a shit because she loves the guy and all that. You see what I'm talking about? So this woman here really loved the guy, really valued him. Then she wouldn't give a shit. I mean, literally, he could give her a candy machine ring and she'd be happy with that if she really, truly wanted the guy and understood the reasons behind obviously not getting the super expensive ring. But in this particular case, this girl, influenced by her mother, who's a jeweler, and I don't know about you guys, but I've seen women that work in jewelry stores. You go to certain department stores and they're there, and they always look really stuck up and bitchy. So I'm not surprised by reading this. She went on saying that he undervalues her and what she does for me. That includes caring for their 18-month-old and doing most of the cooking and housework, he added. Okay, so they have a child, 1.5 years old, so even more the reason this guy's got to be very, very smart and responsible with his money to take care not only of her, but also his child. And yet, here we go again. And you would think that the future in-laws, like his mother-in-law, the jeweler, would recognize this. Nope. Her parents are accusing me, it says, since she returned the ring, the man's partner is reportedly refusing to talk to him. Well, that's a gift. Her parents are accusing me of using her and treating her like cheap trash, he wrote. I've tried to explain my point of view, but they won't listen and are demanding at least a 10% ring. Demanding? You gotta be kidding me. It wasn't in the old days where the woman's family would actually give money to the guy for marrying their daughters. Was it the dowry? How about that? Maybe he had a demand for a dowry. Most of the commentators sided with the man, with the top commentator asking how $3,000 is considered cheap. Other people chimed in to say that the cost of the ring shouldn't really matter. As a proud wearer of a $400 engagement ring, I cannot fathom wasting thousands on a piece of jewelry, one person wrote. Someone else said, a ring is a ring. Mine was about 500 pounds. I was so totally happy with my ring. It's perfect. To be honest, if my husband spent any more, then I would have been so annoyed with him. See, there are women out there that because they want that guy, they really love that guy, they love him in the way that a woman can love. It's different than the way a man can love. Remember that. They're not going to care as much. But in this case, look what happened. Another commentator even pointed out that the 10% rule was a marketing ploy invented by the diamond industry, which is true according to the Knot. I never heard of that because, it's not my thing, but that's crazy. But it doesn't surprise me that the ring industry or the jewelry industry, whatever they want to call it, would come up with this idea to get people to cough over the money for this stupid thing. The wedding website wrote that diamond cartel De Beers, I like how they say cartel because that's really what they are, created a marketing campaign in the 1930s that convinced men that if they really loved their significant others, they would spend at least a month of their salary on an engagement ring. Well, damn, if I had to spend a month of my salary on a ring, that'd be a pretty fucking expensive ring. Nobody's worth that. By the 1980s, the amount increased to 2 months' salary, and today it's 3 months' salary. 3 months' salary on a damn ring? You gotta be out of your mind. No girl's worth that. Well, guys, as you can see here, this just goes to show you how shallow some women can be. But here's the thing. In my opinion, based on reading this story, in my opinion, this woman did him a great favor because now before she actually said I do and they became married and under the law, she's entitled to half his shit. He got to see her true colors. And he also got to see the true colors of his future in-laws. Okay? So this guy ought to be celebrating. This guy should be doing cartwheels in the parking lot, jumping for joy. There should be fireworks going off because now he knows exactly what he's getting into. Can you imagine what it'd be like to be married to her and have those in-laws as the parents and grandparents? Now, obviously, he has a kid with her, so they're not going to disappear. But you see what I'm talking about here? This guy would be out of his mind to take the ring back and get her more expensive and give it to her. Because if he did that, that's it. She will walk all over him for the duration of that marriage if he goes through that. And the in-laws, they'll treat him like shit too because they have no respect for him because they realize this guy, we can walk all over him. The best thing this guy could do, honestly, is actually, if she gave him back the ring, I can't remember if she gave back to him or not. If she gave it back to him already, take it in, return it, get your money back, and then end it with her. Obviously, work out an arrangement in terms of custody with the child and all that, but do not marry her. Or if she already does have it, basically say, oh, okay, baby, I will I'll take it back, get you something better. Get that ring in hand, and then go cash it in. Don't tell her, hey, I'm going to go give it back to me, it's over, because then she might keep it and say what a lot of women say, that, hey, it's a gift. Because a lot of women think that if a guy proposes to them and he gives her the ring and then she changes her mind later on, that they get to keep it because it's a gift. That's bullshit. That's just rationalizing thievery. At the end of the day, if a woman turns down a guy right then when he's on his stupid knee, or if later on she turns him down for whatever reason, she got to give that ring back because that was for the sole purpose of him marrying her ass, not a gift. Okay. Anyhow, guys, I thought it was a good thing to do, a quick video, but I saw that thanks to Wade, and it definitely shows you just how shallow some women can be. So, all right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this, and be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.